Welcome in once again, everyone, to another live stream. It is Game 4 of the Brewers and Dodgers National League Championship Series. Dodgers look to punch their ticket to the World Series once again. Be the second consecutive season. My name is John here on Sports Bonanza John on YouTube and on Kick, Sports Kick John. We will preview this game momentarily. First of all, I do want to start off with a prayer. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day and thank you for everything you do for us, Lord, and please look over these players and fans alike tonight, Lord. Keep everyone safe and look over us as well, as we need you right now and all of us, Lord. As we ask all this in your name, we pray. Amen. All right, Game 4, Dodgers and Brewers. It is a must-win as the Brewers are up against it here, down 3-0. They will try and send this series to at least one more game, sending Jose Quintana on the mound tonight for the Brewers. Shohei Ohtani gets the start on the mound for the Dodgers. Brewers are switching up the lineup a little bit tonight. Let's give you their lineup right now. Bryce Turang playing second base. He's leading off tonight. Jackson Chourio in left field will bat second. Christian Yelich DHing. He will bat third. William Contreras, the catcher in the cleanup spot, batting fourth. Bowers playing first base, he'll bat fifth. Sal Frelick playing right field, batting sixth. Durbin at third base will bat seventh. Perkins playing center field and batting eighth. And Ortiz, the shortstop, will bat ninth. Turang, Chourio, Yelich, Contreras, Bowers, Frelick, Durbin, Perkins, and Ortiz. Starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers. We're taking on Shohei Ohtani, getting the start. It's his second start in the postseason. Won his previous game, pitched 6 innings. Gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 9. Regular season numbers for Ohtani. 14 starts, had a 1-1 record, 2.87 ERA, walked 9, struck out 62. He pitched 47 innings this year. Didn't get a whole lot of innings in the regular season. Of course, utilizing him more at the DH spot. And he will face this Milwaukee Brewers team up against it. 1 loss away from elimination. The Dodgers look to clinch it at home. We'll be looking in as well in the half-inning break on the Blue Jays-Mariners game. That game is currently in the bottom of the 7th inning. Blue Jays are leading the Mariners 2-1. And also, before we begin, I do want to point this out. If you are with me on the live stream Wednesday, I did say I was going to be with you last night. I do apologize that I did not make it on last night. At my full-time job, I had to work a little longer than expected. By the time I got home, it was only like 5 minutes before first pitch. There was just no way I was going to be able to get the live stream set up and all that in 5 minutes. So if you did try to tune in to me last night, I do apologize. But work got in the way, and I thought I had a prior commitment tonight. I did not, and so I'm jumping on tonight for the Brewers and Dodgers. Could be the clinching game in the Brewers-Dodgers series, as the Dodgers look for back-to-back World Series championships, and they are just 1 win away from getting back there into the World Series. We are just about set to go on a 75-degree early evening at Dodger Stadium. Late afternoon, I guess, still out there on the West Coast. Dodger fans having to fight that Friday rush hour traffic to get out to the stadium. So it'll be a late arriving crowd, I figure, once again. But they are geared up and ready to go for what could be the game that sends the Dodgers back to the World Series. That Blue Jays-Mariners game is heading to the 8th inning. Toronto leading 2-1. So Toronto 6 outs away from getting a clean sweep in the 3 games in Seattle with a 2-1 lead. Road team 4 out of 4 in that series so far. That Blue Jays Mariners series. Game 6 will be back in Toronto. That will be on Sunday. If there is a Game 5 in this series, it would be tomorrow night. But the Brewers have to win this game tonight in order to send that to a Game 5 tomorrow night. So Ohtani taking the hill for the second time in the postseason. And he will lead it off with Bryce Turang, leadoff hitter for Milwaukee, hitting just 125 in postseason play, 4 for 32. And I saw a stat earlier today, which is absolutely incredible to me. The Brewers so far in this series, 9 out of 89 hitting the baseball. That is barely a 100 average. And they have just done absolutely nothing against this Dodgers pitching staff through 3 games. As they look to find some offense somewhere to keep their season alive tonight, as Bryce Turang steps up. Ohtani set on the mound. Turang steps in the batter's box. And we are underway in Game 4. First pitch outside, ball 1. Ohtani's 1-0 pitch to Turang. That's low. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch from Ohtani's fouled off, and the count goes to 2-1 on Bryce Turang. Going to be a tall order for the Brewers. They're going to have to win 4 in a row if they want to make the World Series, but you can't win 4 if you don't take the first one, and that's tonight. Turang fouls the 2-1 off, and it's 2-2 now. Turang ready for Ohtani's 2-2 pitch. Inside, and that will fill the count, 3-2. Again, in between innings, in between half innings of this one, will give you a little bit of action, what's going on in the Blue Jays Mariners game. 3-2, there's a leadoff walk, so that's a start for Milwaukee as Turang walks, and it'll bring up Jackson Chourio. Chourio in the postseason hitting .276. He's got a couple home runs. He's drove in 8. Leadoff man at first, Bryce Turang. And Ohtani pitches to Chourio, foul back, strike 1. So Pat Murphy juggling up the lineup a little bit tonight. Strike 1 pitch, a swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2, the count on Jackson Chourio. .02 pitch. Chourio fouls it off to stay alive. Turang a short lead at first. 0-2 to Chourio, swing and a miss. 100-mile-an-hour fastball gets blown right by Chourio, and there's the first out. And it'll bring up Christian Yelich. Yelich in the postseason hitting 200. Yelich looks in. Ohtani delivers. Ball one, low and inside. One 0 down low. 2-0. Two 0 pitch. Hit foul. 2-1. Again, we've got game 5 of the ALCS going on, and also tonight we have 2 top 25 teams in college football on the field tonight, and one of them is trailing at the half. I'll tell you about that here in the in between half innings here. 2-1 pitch outside, 3-1. Two pitch, swing and a miss, back-to-back strike. Or no, I'm sorry, foul ball. Just got a piece of it. It was in the mitt momentarily of the catcher, Will Smith, but he couldn't hang on to it. Two. Called strike 3 at the knees. Another 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts, and it'll bring up William Contreras, the Brewers catcher. Also hitting just 200 in the postseason. He's got a couple home runs. And the pitch fouled back, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Crowd rises at Dodger Stadium. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ohtani strikes out the side after a leadoff walk. And the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the first. And meanwhile, in that game between the Mariners and the Blue Jays, that is also in a between inning break as they are heading to the bottom of the 8th in Seattle. Blue Jays lead that game 2-1. Then I was mentioning other sports news, college football. There are 2 top 25 teams in action tonight. Number 25, Nebraska, is at Minnesota, and at the end of the first quarter, number 25, Nebraska leads that game 3-0. The other game is down in Miami, number 2 and undefeated Miami hosting Louisville. At the half, number 2 Miami is trailing Louisville 14-10. Louisville's coming in 4-1, so that's not exactly going to be a breeze game in that one for Miami. And they're finding that out as they trail 14-10 at the half to Louisville. So Miami looking to not have their first loss of the season. Keep you updated on that college football game. College football, of course, in full swing tomorrow. I will have at least one college football game on the live stream tomorrow. I'll mention what that game's going to be at before the end of the before I sign off here tonight. During college football season, when there's no postseason action going on, I always do 2 college football games on Saturdays, one FBS matchup, one FCS matchup. And I can tell you that, and Cal Raleigh has just hit a game-tying home run for the Mariners to left field. So the Mariners tie that up 2-2 in the bottom of the 8th. If there is no baseball, if there is no Brewers-Dodgers Game 5 tomorrow, I will have an FCS matchup tomorrow night on my live stream, and it is an undefeated and top 5 team in FCS in Tarleton State. They will be playing West Georgia, who's also having a good season. So West Georgia, Tarleton State is the FCS matchup on my live stream tomorrow night if there is no Game 5 of the Brewers-Dodgers. If there is a Game 5 in the Brewers-Dodgers, I will have that. And speaking of Brewers-Dodgers, we head to the bottom of the 1st, and here's the lineup the Dodgers will send out. Shohei Ohtani pitching tonight, leads off. Mookie Betts, the shortstop, bats second. Will Smith, the catcher, bats third. Give you the rest of it after this first pitch, which is low. Freddie Freeman, the cleanup hitter, at first base. Tommy Edman at second base, bats fifth. Teoscar Hernandez, the right fielder, bats sixth. And I'll give you the rest of the lineup after this 1-0 pitch. That's a strike, 1-1. Max Muncy at third base, bats seventh. Enrique Hernandez in left field, bats eighth. And Andy Pages in center field, bats ninth. And Jose Quintana on the mound for the Brewers. And he's behind Ohtani 1-1 rather. And now it's 2-1. Jose Quintana making his second start of the postseason. Only went 3 innings his previous outing. 3-1 now to Ohtani. Quintana's 3-1 to Ohtani. Fouled away, and that'll fill the count. Run down the umpiring crew tonight. Adam Beck behind the plate. Chad Fairchild over at first base. Mark Ripperger at second. John Lipka at third base. Gabe Morales down the left field line. And James Hoy down the right field line. And another payoff pitch to Shohei Ohtani. And he rips it. Deep right field, forget it. Ohtani, I think, well, he almost hit that in the very back row. I thought that was headed out of the park completely. It's 1-0 Dodgers in the first. Third home run of the postseason for Ohtani. 1-0 LA as they waste no time in this one. There's another replay on that one. See where that ball landed. I didn't see exactly where it landed. It may have been in the back row. Like I thought that was headed completely out of Dodger Stadium. As Mookie Betts is the batter. And takes a strike. Betts in the postseason hitting .297. And Betts lines this one into left center over short for a base hit. Ortiz couldn't quite get up high enough to get that one. And Betts is aboard. We'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Will Smith. In postseason play, hitting .250. Smith lines this one into right center field, and it's going to drop. Rounding second and heading to third is Mookie Betts, And the Dodgers a home run and 2 singles to lead off the bottom of the first. And they're in business. And it brings up Freddie Freeman, the cleanup hitter. Freeman hitting .229 in postseason play. If the Dodgers do wrap this up tonight, they will have a 1-week break before the World Series gets underway next Friday. Ball 1 to Freddie Freeman. One-zero pitch. Folks, I just realized something. Disregard the title of this live stream. I need to change that at the between inning break here. 2-0 pitch. That's a strike, 2-1. Can't believe I forgot to change that. Two one is a strike. 2-2. Two is a swing and a miss. Freeman goes down on strikes, and there's one down finally here in the bottom of the first. There we go. So the batter will be Tommy Edman. Edman this postseason hitting .290. Couple home runs. He's drove in 5. Strike 1. On the ground, up the middle and through. Base hit. Another run scores. Betts comes in. First and third again. It's 2-0. Will Smith heads to third. So now a meeting on the mound before this at bat for Teoscar Hernandez. Two runs in here in the first for the Dodgers. Teoscar Hernandez will be the batter. He's hitting .270 in the postseason. He's hit 4 home runs in postseason play. He's drove in 10. First and third, 1 out. Teoscar Hernandez fouls it off for strike 1. Will Smith at third, Tommy Edman at first. In the 0-1 pitch. A bouncer that's probably going to get a run home. Tag made to Hernandez, but scoring is Smith, the third Dodger run of the inning. It's 3-0. Bring up the number 7 hitter, Max Muncy. hitting .240 in the postseason. So a Dodgers a crooked number here in the first. Pitch to Muncy's downstairs, ball one. One 0 is downstairs. It's 2-0. Two and 0 the count on Muncy. Quintana trying to get out of this first inning without any further damage. 2-0 pitch. That is drilled into right, but it's going to stay in play. And the right fielder, Frelick, looked like lost it momentarily, but is able to regroup and make the catch. And that'll end the inning. But a 3-run bottom of the first for the Dodgers. Big hit, the leadoff homer by Ohtani. 3-0 LA after one, looking to close this out and advance to the World Series. Meanwhile, go back over and give an update on that Blue Jays-Mariners game. Bottom of the 8th inning, Mariners have the bases loaded with nobody out. Oh my goodness. Cal Raleigh's already tied it with a game-tying home run here in the bottom of the 8th. Eugenio Suarez is the batter. Suarez hits it foul and out of play. Two to Suarez. Hits deep to right. And Eugenio Suarez has just hit a grand slam for Seattle. And the roof is closed tonight at T-Mobile Park, but that may send the roof right off the building. And the Mariners with a 5-run bottom of the 8th. And now lead at 6-2. Wow. I'll keep you updated on that one, but here we go to the second inning. It's 3-0 Dodgers, and it's going to be Bauers, the first baseman, leading it all for Milwaukee. Bauers in postseason plays hitting 4 for 11. So Ohtani with the home run and 2 insurance runs as well. So he goes back to the mound here in the second inning, now with a 3-0 lead. First pitch, top of the second, ball one. Just past the 6 o'clock hour out in Southern California. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch. 1-1 the count on Bauers. Ohtani struck out the side after a leadoff walk in the first. Bowers hits it right to first. And the tag on the bag for the first out. Freeman with a nice grab over there, and it'll bring up Sal Frelick. Frelick hitting just 185 in postseason play. That's fouled right off the foot of Frelick. We have seen that a lot in these playoffs. Batters fouling balls right off their foot. Ouch. Trainer coming out to have a look at Frelick, make sure he's still good to go. Pat Murphy out there now as well. Oh, one pitch is in the air, just off the infield. And the shortstop, that's Mookie Betts for the second out. Appreciate everybody joining in on the live chat tonight so far. Always have a good time with that. Here's Durbin stepping up here with the bases empty and 2 outs. Durbin swings and misses. It's now 1-1. Durbin hitting 280 in postseason play. 1-1 pitch is on the inside corner. It's 1-2. One-two pitch on the way to Durbin from Ohtani. That just missed. It's 2-2. Two-two pitch. Off the mound and hit to second. And the Brewers will 1-2-3 in the top of the second inning. On to the bottom of the second in LA. 3-0 Dodgers. Enrique Hernandez will lead it off in the bottom of the second for the Dodgers. I'll go over and have a look at the Blue Jays-Mariners game. And they have reached the top of the ninth. And Andres Munoz on to try and get the final 3 outs and send the Mariners to Toronto with a chance to clinch their first ever World Series appearance. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa leading it off in the Toronto ninth. I will have Game 6 of the ALCS on my live stream coming up on Sunday night, as the series heads back north of the border 2-1 pitch to Connor Falifa is in the air to right. And there is the first out in the top of the ninth. So if Seattle can get this final 2 outs, this would be the first win by a home team in this series. So starting to look like that Nationals-Astros World Series a few years back where the road team won all 7 games. Jimenez, the batter for Toronto, and he takes a strike. Strike one pitch is foul. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch fouled away, so I'm going to have to go back to the Brewers-Dodgers here in just a second. Oh, 2 pitches hit to left. And the Blue Jays are down to their final out in Game 5. Tell you what, I'm going to stay with the rest of this game for this final out, and then I'll go back to the Brewers-Dodgers. Got a pinch hitter for the Blue Jays. I hope I get this guy's pronunciation right. Joey Loperfido. Joe Loperfido. I've got to be honest, I have no clue who this kid is. But he's down to his final strike, as is Toronto. His first career postseason at bat for this kid. That's hit to short. And that is that in Game 5 of the ALCS. The Mariners win it 6-2. And we'll head back to Toronto with a chance to wrap it up on Sunday. And the home team finally gets a win in this series. So back to this game, and Brewers-Dodgers. Enrique Hernandez, the batter. He's got a 1-2 count. And he fouls it back. Enrique Hernandez in postseason play hitting .344, 11 out of 32. One-two pitch is in the air to right. Under it out there in right field for the catch is Sal Frelick for the first out. And the batter is Andy Pages. In the second inning already, the Brewers bullpen's getting loose. Pages hitting just 3 for 32 in the postseason. .094 average. Pitch is high, ball 1. Again, during this game with the CS now in the I am going to keep an update on that college football game between, as we have an upset going down there in South Florida. One and one the count here on Pages. And the 1-1 pitch Hit foul. Now 1-2. Pages steps back in and awaits Quintana's 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Pages stays alive. One-two pitch. On the ground to short. Nice backhanded play there, and the throw to first in time to get Pages. Good backhanded play by Ortiz there at short. 2 down. And we're back to the top of the order. Ohtani hit the leadoff home run in the bottom of the first. It did end up in the back. It didn't quite go out at Dodger Stadium back in the first, but it was close. Ohtani swings and misses here for strike one. It's a stat for you on Ohtani as he takes inside. He was with that first inning home run, the first pitcher to lead off a game with a home run in Major League history. Because, of course, back when pitchers batted, when we still had the different rules of the American League and National League, pitchers would 99% of the time hit ninth in the lineup. They would never lead off. As Ohtani fouls it off, it's now 1-2. One-two pitch to Ohtani from Quintana. Low, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Takes low. The count runs full, 3-2. It was a full count pitch in the first inning when Ohtani hit it out. And here's another full count pitch to Ohtani. He walks. As that just missed the outside corner. And it will bring up Mookie Betts. Betts singled and scored back in the first when the Dodgers put up their 3 runs. Betts fouls it off for strike one. Strike one pitch. Inside, check swing, and first base umpire says Betts went around, so it's 0-2. O2 pitch will draw a throw over to first, and Ohtani's back in. 0-2 is outside. 1-2 now the count on Mookie Betts. Quintana's 1-2. Betts got a little under that one and sends it into center field. Under it for the catch is Perkins, and that is out number 3. Dodgers get a 2-out walk to Ohtani, but that's it. End of 2, game 4. Dodgers lead 3-0. So again, in case you missed it, Mariners just beat the Blue Jays 6-2 about 10 minutes ago. So that series goes back to Toronto for game 6. That'll be on Sunday night with the Mariners a chance to close that out. And it would be the Mariners' first ever appearance in the World Series. Toronto will have to win both of them at home to get back to the World Series for the first time in 32 years. Giving you an update on a college football score. 4:40 to go in the third. Number 2 Miami is still trailing Louisville. It is now by a touchdown, 17-10. So a top 5 team on the ropes here. Still 4.5 left in the third quarter. But Miami looking to avoid being the latest top 10 team to fall in college football. Also, number 25, Nebraska in action. They trail Minnesota 7-6. Just about to get to the 2-minute timeout in that one in the first half. So 2 top 25 teams playing tonight, all behind in their games. As we've hit the halfway point of the college football season. And hard to believe 2 weeks from Monday, the season debut of college basketball. Starting to see some exhibition games around the country now. Here in this one, we head to the third. Brewers trail 3-0, and it's going to be Blake Perkins, the Brewers center fielder, to lead off. Perkins hitting .214 in the postseason, 3 for 14. As sunset has hit in Southern California. And again, if the Brewers do come back and there is a game 5 in this series, it would be tomorrow night, just after 8 o'clock Eastern, just after 5 o'clock Pacific time out there in Southern California. If the Dodgers do wrap it up tonight, they are going to have a week break before the World Series gets underway. Game 1 is next Friday. So Ohtani back to work on the mound here as Dodgers lead at 3-0. Be Perkins, Ortiz, and then the top of the order, Bryce Turang. In the Brewers' third, first pitch high, ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts even 1-1 on Blake Perkins. One pitch fouled away. Counts now 1-2. One two is low. 2-2. Ohtani delivers the 2-2. That's low, and it's full now to Blake Perkins, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Ohtani. That's outside, and Perkins will draw a leadoff walk. So there's a start for the Brewers. And it'll bring up Ortiz. Ortiz hitting just 111, 2 for 18 in postseason play. Pitch to him is at the knees, strike one. A 1 pitch. That's a little high, 1-1. Oh, 2 is hit foul. That will get out of play. Count stays 0-2. Oh, 2 is fouled away. Ortiz stays alive again. Another 0-2 is low and outside, 1-2. One-two swing and a miss. Ortiz went after a high 199 on the fastball. And we're back to the top of the order, Bryce Turang. He walked in the top of the first. Pitch to Turang at the knees for a strike. Turang went around. It's 0-2, or 1-2 rather. Excuse me. One-two pitch outside, 2-2. Ohtani's 2-2 pitch to Bryce Turang. Low, and that will fill the count, 3-2. Does Perkins take a chance and get a head start here on a 3-2 with one out? He does not go when it's fouled away. Count stays 3-2. It's another 3-2 pitch. That's lined into left center field, coming on and making the running catch out in left center. And that is a double play. Perkins got too far off the bag at first and is doubled off at first base on a rocket of a throw from Enrique Hernandez in left field. He made the running catch and then immediately made a throw back to first base. And an inning-ending 7-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-0 LA. Boy, you're down 3-0 in a series, and obviously the series hasn't gone your way anyway, and you just cannot be doing stuff like that. Obviously, Perkins thought for sure that was going to drop, but that base running blunders like that just cannot happen. The Brewers have had offensive struggles enough as it is in this series. So on we go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, or I'm sorry, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, excuse me. Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, and Tommy Edman due up here in the bottom of the third inning as the Dodgers lead at 3-0. Trying to punch their ticket to the World Series and try and win back-to-back World Series championships. We have not had a repeat winner since the Yankees teams of the late 90s and early 2000s. So here we go, the bottom of the third. It's going to be Will Smith leading off. It's Quintana back to the hill. He's already thrown 42 pitches through 2 innings. First pitch, bottom of the third, from Quintana to Smith. Ball 1. One 0 pitch outside, 2-0. Smith scored a run as well in that 3-run first inning. Here's the 1-1. Smith fouls it off. That'll move the count to 1-2. Quintana's 1-2 pitch to Will Smith. That's lined into right field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Smith is 2 for 2 tonight. And a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third. And it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman. Freeman was a strikeout victim his first time. Smith at first. The pitch to Freddie Freeman. Ball one. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Comes the 1-1. Freeman rips it into right center. That's going to get down. Smith rounding second, heading to third. The Dodgers have him on the corners with nobody out in the third inning. And it'll bring up Tommy Edman. RBI single his first time up back in the first inning. And that's going to do it for Quintana on the mound as Pat Murphy comes out and makes the signal to the bullpen. 3-0 Dodgers, bottom third, and they're threatening for more with runners at the corners and nobody out. Quintana departs, and Chad Patrick coming in. Patrick coming in for the 6th time in the postseason. He's 0-1. He's pitched 5 innings. He's given up 2 hits, 1 run. He's walked 1 and struck out 6. He inherits quite the situation here. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Dodgers already leading 3-0. So only 2+ innings for the starter Quintana tonight. Gave up 6 hits, 3 runs so far. All those earned. Walked 1, struck out 1. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. So following the warm-up tosses for Patrick, the batter's going to be Tommy Edman. All right, college football update. They are heading to the 4th in Miami. Number 2 Miami trailing Louisville 17-13. So here comes Edman. With runners at the corners, nobody out. The pitch. That is line foul. Strike 1. Look out. Holy cow. That thing was coming like a rocket. Strike 1 pitch from Patrick to Edman. Hit foul, and now it's 0-2. Oh, 2. That's foul. Count stays 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Down low, 1-2. One-two pitch. Called strike 3 at the ball. But Edman caught looking, and a big first out, as it'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez. Sac fly back in the first. So runners at the corners now, 1 out. And Hernandez takes strike 1. A 1 pitch to Teoscar Hernandez is upstairs. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One pitch. That's hit foul, and that will move the count to 1-2. It was an RBI ground out for Teoscar Hernandez. I said sac fly, but it was an RBI ground out. That was the 3rd run of the first for the Dodgers. I don't know why I said sac fly. 1-2 pitch, foul back. That'll be a souvenir as it stays 1-2. Will Smith, the runner at third. Freddie Freeman, the runner at first. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Patrick. 2 down in the inning. And it'll be up to Max Muncy. Boy, if Patrick can get out of this with neither run scoring, that would be quite the accomplishment. And it can keep the Brewers in this game. That's ball 1 inside. But this is a Brewers team. Talk about them, their offense really struggling. This is an offense now that in 30 innings has only managed 9 hits. One-0 pitch. On the ground, nice pickup there at first base. And stepping on the bag is Bowers, and the Brewers get out of a 1st and 3rd no-out jam. Great job by Patrick coming in to not allow anybody to score. On to the 4th at Dodger Stadium. It stays 3-0 LA. He'll be the top of the order. That's not right, is it? No, that's not right. I'm sorry. It'll be Chourio, Yelich, and Contreras due up in the 4th inning for the Brewers. Yeah, because Sarang was the batter, the leadoff batter, when they hit into that 7-3 double play to end the top of the 3rd. So can the Brewers somehow, somewhere find some offense. They only have 6 innings left in their season. If they don't, they're down 3-0. And we have a college football top 5 team that is in deep, deep trouble. Number 2, Miami. Louisville has just scored a touchdown in the 4th. Number 2, Miami now trails 24-13 with 13:27 to go in the 4th. So an undefeated number 2 team in Miami in college football in a heap of trouble down in South Beach. If I wasn't doing this game, possibly I'd be doing that college football game, although I don't think college football belongs on a Friday night. Friday night is for high school kids. That's another discussion for another day. But Ohtani back to work on the mound here as we go to the 4th. Jackson Chourio will be the leadoff hitter. Chourio, a strikeout victim against Ohtani his first time up. Ohtani does have 4 strikeouts through 3 innings. Struck out the side in the first after giving up the leadoff walk. First pitch, top of the 4th, Chourio shows bunt and takes inside, ball 1. 1-0 pitch, foul back. Counts now 1-1. One pitch, that's foul. And the count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. That's inside, 2-2. Here's the count on Jackson Chourio. 2-2 pitch. That is ripped deep left field, and that is going to be bounce on the warning track and bounce into the seats for a rule book double. First hit of the night for the Brewers. A leadoff double here in the 4th for Jackson Chourio, and the Brewers may have some life here. And the batter will be Christian Yelich. Also a strikeout victim his first time up. So Patrick getting out of that 1st and 3rd no-out jam in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the thing kept the Brewers alive here. That's hit to short. Chourio will move to 3rd, throw to 1st in time, but a profitable out for Yelich. And it'll bring up the cleanup hitter, William Contreras. Also a strikeout victim his first time up. Runner at 3rd, 1 out. Brewers looking to dent the scoreboard for the first time in Game 4. And inch a little closer in this one. Ball 1. One-0 pitch. There's a strike down the middle. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. That is hit foul. Will that stay in play? It will not. It'll be off the dugout. 1-2. One and two, the count on Contreras, and the 1-2 pitch downstairs. Counts even, 2-2. Two. Swing and a miss. That's a big second out. Contreras strikes out for the second time, and it'll be up to Bowers to drive in Chourio with 2 outs. That pitch was outside on that replay. Contreras was not even close on that swing. Pitch is inside to Bowers, ball 1. Bowers a ground out his first time. That came to lead off the second. 1-0 pitch on the ground, foul. That'll even the count 1-1. One to Bowers. Oh, he swung at a pitch way inside. It's 1-2. Ohtani a strike away from getting out of it. One-two. Swing and a miss. Ohtani 6 strikeout. Brewers get Chourio to third, but squander him there. Leadoff double as he stranded there. We go the bottom of the 4th. Still Dodgers 3, Brewers nothing in game 4. Enrique Hernandez, Pages, and then the top of the order, Ohtani. In the bottom of the 4th for the Dodgers, due up. Again, want to update my live stream schedule. I will be on tomorrow for a college football game in the afternoon. If there is no baseball tomorrow night, I will have an FCS matchup tomorrow night. Undefeated top 5 team in the FCS, Tarleton State against West Georgia. That will be tomorrow night at 7 Eastern, if no game 5 of the Brewers Dodgers. If the Brewers come back and do force a game 5, I will have that on the live stream. And we'll also have a college football game in the afternoon for you tomorrow. So onward we go to the bottom of the 4th. Enrique Hernandez will lead it off. Patrick coming back out for his second inning of relief for the Brewers. So Patrick back to work against Hernandez. First pitch, bottom 4, low, ball 1. Enrique Hernandez flew out his first time up. 1-0 is on the inside corner for strike 1, a ball and a strike. One, and Enrique Hernandez went too far on the swing on a pitch that was outside. 1-2. One-two pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 1 out. And it will bring up Pages. Bases empty and 1 out. Pages swings and misses for strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. That's inside. Almost hit Pages. It's now 1-1. In the Brewers' 5th inning, the scheduled hitters will be Frelick, Durbin, and Perkins. 1-1 swing and a miss. 1-2. One-two pitch right down the middle, and Pages knew it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Patrick. And back to the top of the order, Ohtani. Hit the leadoff homer in the first and walked his last time up. That was in the second. Inside corner, strike 1. Oh, 1's down low, a ball and a strike, the count on Ohtani. One is outside. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Down the stairs. It's now 3-1. Three-one pitch. That is drilled. Deep right center. Ohtani's gone deep again. That went out of the yard. That went completely out of the stadium. Ohtani's 4th homer of the postseason. It's 4-0. That thing may not come down until it hits Westwood. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Here's Mookie Betts fouling it back, strike 1. Everybody knew it, including Ohtani, right when it was off the bat that it was out of here. First one almost went out of the stadium. That one looked like it did. See. Yeah, that thing left the yard. 2-1 the count on Mookie Betts. Two one is a strike. It's 2-2. Two hit foul, third base side. Count stays 2-2. Where did that thing land? Somewhere back out of the stadium. 2-2 pitch in the air to left. Jackson Chourio makes the catch to end the inning, but another Ohtani home run to right field sends us to the fifth. Dodgers lead at 4-0. Looking to punch their ticket to the World Series for the second year in a row. Update on that college football game down in Miami. Miami has just scored a touchdown and gotten a 2-point conversion. So that is now 24-21 Louisville. 7.5 minutes to play in the fourth. Also, number 25, Nebraska in action tonight at Minnesota. They are trailing 7-6, just out of halftime. So now the Brewers in an even bigger hole of 4-0. They're going to send Frelick, Durbin, and Perkins to the plate here in the fifth. Ohtani through 4 innings has only given up the double to Jackson Chourio in the third. That's the only hit he's allowed. He's thrown 63 pitches through 4 innings. Pitch count little on the high side after 4. Again, the World Series begins next Friday. So if the Dodgers win this game, they're going to have a week rest. A 1-week rest before World Series gets underway. Game 6, Mariners Blue Jays scene shifts back to Toronto. That will be on Sunday night. Mariners a chance to wrap it up and head to the World Series for the first time in franchise history. On to the fifth here. Frelick leads off against Ohtani, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Strike one pitch. Hit foul. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 is upstairs, 1-2. 1-2 is low. 2-2. Two, that is hit foul. Count will stay 2-2. Two payoff pitch. That is in the air to center field. And the center fielder out there makes the catch for the first out. Brings up Durbin. Durbin 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch is on the inside corner. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 bounced foul, third base side. Count stays 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Upstairs, 1-2. One, two is foul. One, two. Inside, but I think he went too far with the bat. He did. 2 down. So 2 out, nobody on. It'll be up to Blake Perkins. Perkins walked his first time up, but made the base running blunder and got doubled off first base on the line out to left. Strike 1. One, swing and a miss. 1-2. One, two, swing and a miss. Dodgers 4 innings away from a repeat trip to the World Series as we go to the bottom of the 5th. 4-0 LA in Game 4. Again, if you missed it, Mariners beat the Blue Jays 6-2 in Game 5, so the Mariners will head to Toronto for Game 6 on Sunday with a chance to wrap that up. Blue Jays will have to win 2 at home if they want to go back to the World Series for the first time since 1993. And what's interesting is the Blue Jays won back-to-back titles in 1992 and 1993. But technically, they had the World Series trophy in their possession for 3 seasons because the 94 World Series was lost to the strike. So technically, Toronto had the World Series trophy in their possession from 1992 all the way into the 1995 World Series when Atlanta won it and took it. Update on that college football game. 4 minutes left. Number 2 Miami still trails Louisville 24-21. Louisville is getting ready to punt the football back to Miami. So Miami a chance to pull this out yet and stay undefeated. Keep you updated on that to see how that game ends up. Here we go, the bottom of the 5th inning. It is going to be Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, and Tommy Edman. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up in the bottom of the 5th. And Patrick back out to pitch his 3rd inning of relief. So it will be Will Smith leading off. He is 2 for 2 tonight. First pitch, bottom 5, low, ball 1. One 0 pitch, outside, 2-0. Two 0 pitch, there's a strike, 2-1. Two 1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Two pitch is popped up, shallow right field. Catch made by the first baseman Bowers, 1 out. And the batter's Freddie Freeman. Freeman's 1 for 2 tonight. Pitch to Freeman, fouled away, strike 1. Oh, 1 is swing and a miss by Freddie Freeman. He's now down in the count 0-2. 0-2, that's lined into left field. Looks like it's going to be playable out there, and it is for Jackson Chourio for out number 2. We'll bring up Tommy Edman. RBI single back in that 3-run first. Struck out his last time up. Patrick's pitch to Tommy Edman. That's hit deep to right field. And a leaping catch out there in right field. A great catch. Sal Frelick to end the inning. That would have been at least a double had Frelick not made that catch. Great leaping grab. And a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Patrick. We move to the sixth. Brewers going to have to find some offense. They've been held to one hit through 5. They trail 4-0. As it's going to be Ortiz and then the top of the order, Turang and Chourio in the sixth for Milwaukee, who has 12 outs left in their season. Unless they have a 4-run rally in them. They need to come up with 4 runs in these next 4 innings to keep the game alive, which is going to be difficult to do considering in the first 3 games of the series total, the Brewers only have 3 runs and 9 hits. Keeping an eye on this game, of course, and I'm keeping an eye on the finish of this college football game out in Miami. Number 2 Hurricanes are down by 3. They have a 2nd and 9 at their own 44. We are just 3 seconds ahead of the 2-minute timeout. So the Miami Hurricanes in college football trying to not become the latest top 10 team to go down to defeat. So top half of inning number 6 we go here. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Ortiz. It's going to be Isaac Collins. Isaac Collins in the postseason 0 for 7 at the plate. Looks like there's a little discussion on the mound here. Like Mark Pryor out to the mound along with the interpreter for Shohei Ohtani. So the meeting on the mound is over. Not sure what exactly that would have been, but here we go. Top of the 6th, the pinch hitter Isaac Collins leading off. First pitch, top 6, strike 1. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Two-strike pitch coming to Collins. Went around. That's strike 3. And that is strikeout number 9 for Shohei Ohtani tonight. And we're back to the top of the order, Bryce Turang. Strike one. Oh, 1 is outside. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One is foul. That'll make the count 1-2. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. That's number 10 on the strikeout counter for Shohei Ohtani. 2 out, nobody on, and the batter's Jackson Chourio. Chourio pops it up. And that will do it. The 3 up, 3 down, 6th inning. Dodgers 9 outs away from another National League pennant. They lead at 4-0 going to the bottom of the 6th. Teoscar Hernandez, Max Muncy, Enrique Hernandez, the 3 scheduled hitters, due up in the bottom of the 6th inning. Another update on that college football game. 36 seconds remaining. Miami has drove it down to the Louisville 31, down by 3. So let's see if the Hurricanes can complete the comeback and stay unbeaten. And right as I say that, Carson Beck of the Hurricanes just threw an interception. So the Louisville Cardinals are going to go down to Miami, it appears, and knock off the number 2 team in the country. And that will hand Miami their first loss of the season. So the season in college football just keeps getting more unpredictable. Wow. All right. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be Teoscar Hernandez leading it off. Patrick now into his 4th inning of relief. Patrick's first pitch, bottom 6, ball 1. Several defensive changes for the Brewers. Isaac Collins, who pinch hit for Ortiz, will stay in the game in left field. 1-0 pitches a strike at the knees. Jackson Chourio, who was in left field, moves to right field. Sal Frelick, who was in right field, moves to center field. Hernandez fouls it off to make it 1-2. And Andrew Monasterio coming into the game to play shortstop. Replacing Ortiz in that position. 2-2 now the count on Teoscar Hernandez. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Patrick strikes out Teoscar Hernandez for the first out. Brings up Max Muncy. That's Patrick's 5th strikeout since coming in the 3rd inning. Muncy the batter, first pitch swinging, grounded to second, and the throw to first in time for out number 2. It is now a final. Number 2 Miami has gone down in college football. Louisville wins it 24-21. So that's going to shake up college football for next week as the number 2 Miami Hurricanes suffer their first loss of the season. 2 out, nobody on, and here's the batter, Enrique Hernandez. He flies it into left, and the catch made out there by Collins, and the Dodgers retired 1-2-3 in the 6th. On we go to the 7th, 4-0 LA. For the Brewers, it's going to be Christian Yelich, William Contreras, and Bowers, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, due up in the top of the 7th inning, as the Brewers have just 9 outs remaining in their season if they do not rally here. Again, I will be on for a college football game on the live stream tomorrow afternoon, and also tomorrow evening, barring a Brewers comeback here. It's going to be an FCS matchup tomorrow night. Top 5 team and undefeated team in FCS. Tarleton State going up against West Georgia, who's having a heck of a year themselves. So the FCS matchup tomorrow night, West Georgia and Tarleton State, unless Milwaukee comes back here in these last 3 innings. And also we'll be on for an FBS college football game tomorrow afternoon. So we'll have a couple games on the live stream, on my live stream pages on YouTube and Kick tomorrow. And we'll be on the live stream Sunday night for Game 6 of the ALCS. Mariners look to close it out as the series shifts back to Toronto for Game 6. That will be on Sunday evening. So here we go, top of the 7th. Christian Yelich leading it off. Brewers need a 4-run rally. This just tells you how anemic the Brewers offense has been in this series. Counting tonight's at bats as the first pitch is high in the top of the 7th. Brewers are 10 for 107 in the series. Ouch. 0-1 is the strike. They were just 9 for 89 at bats their first 3 games. They are 1 for 18 tonight. 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1. Dodgers bullpen starting to loosen. Sveshia out there. 2-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner, 2-2. Don't think Yelich was too happy with that call. Two-two pitch. That's down in the dirt. Count runs full. A walk is just as good right now. You just need base runners any way you can get them if you're Milwaukee. Payoff pitch. There's a walk, and that's a start for the Brewers. Yelich walks to lead off the 7th. Third walk given up by Ohtani, and the batter will be William Contreras. Struck out both his at-bats tonight. That hits the inside corner, strike 1. Oh, 1. Swinging and a foul ball. It's 0-2. Ohtani at 95 pitches. Oh, 2 down low. They will check over to first for the swing, but no swing, says the first base umpire. It's 1-2. One-two pitch. Hit foul. Contreras stays alive. One-two pitch. Downstairs. 2-2. And time called by Contreras before the 2-2 pitch. Two-two. That's down in the dirt, and that's going to fill the count. Yelich at first, full count on Contreras. And here's the payoff pitch. Up the middle, that's a base hit. Just the second hit of the night for the Brewers, and the Brewers have 2 on with nobody out in the 7th. That was Ohtani's 100th pitch of the night, and that looks like it's going to be his last pitch of the night as Dave Roberts comes out of the dugout. So Ohtani leaves after 6+ to a very nice hand from the Dodger fans. He's also gone deep twice tonight. The Dodgers will turn it over to the bullpen. And Alex Vesia coming in. Coming in for the 7th time in the postseason. He's 2-0. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings, given up 3 hits, 2 runs. He's walked 3 and he's struck out 4. He comes in with runners at first and second, nobody out here in the 7th inning. So Ohtani, 6+ innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts through exactly 100 pitches. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. So with first and second, nobody out. Bowers was the scheduled hitter, but he's going to be lifted for a pinch hitter, Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn hitting 167 in the postseason, but does have 2 home runs. So Mark Prior going out to have a word with Vesia before this at bat. So here we go. Vaughn against Vesia. Pitch. Bounce foul, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Brewers' best scoring chance of the night. Actually, they did have a runner at third with 1 out earlier. Swing and a miss on the 1-1 pitch. Counts now 1-2. One-two pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Two-two pitch is popped up. Infield fly rule right here. The catch made, 1 out. So a big first out, and it will bring up Sal Frelick. And that pitch hits the outside corner. Strike one. Strike one pitch. That's up the middle. Taken by short. Steps on second. Throws to first. Double play. That was hit to Betts. He stepped on second and threw to first for the inning-ending double play, and the Brewers squander an opportunity. We head to the bottom of the seventh, 4-0 LA. Wow. It has just been one of those series for the Brewers. They just cannot sustain anything offensively. Be Pages, and then the top of the order, Ohtani and Betts. And Ohtani has moved to the DH spot. Patrick pitched 4 very good innings of relief for the Milwaukee, but he's being lifted for Trevor Megill. Megill coming out for the 5th time in the postseason. He's pitched 3 innings, giving up 2 hits. The time running out for the Brewers in this game and in their season, as they are down to their final 6 outs. Brewers had runners at first and second, nobody out in the 7th, but an infield fly and a double play ended the inning. So it'll be Pages leading it off in the bottom of the 7th. So Patrick's numbers in relief for the Brewers. He pitched 4 innings, gave up just 1 hit, gave up the 1 run on the second Ohtani homer, struck out 5. So a very good relief outing for Patrick tonight. Did his part to try to keep the Brewers in the game. But this is a Brewers team that now, through 34 innings in this series, has managed just 11 hits. So Pages, and then the top of the order, Ohtani and Betts. As Ohtani will look for his 3rd long ball of the night. And the Dodger fans starting to sense it in LA. Their team is about to make a return trip to the World Series. First pitch, bottom 7, fouled away, strike 1. Andrew Vaughn, who pinch hit for Bauers in that top of the 7th inning, stays in to play first base for Bauers. Oh, 0-2 the count on Pages. And Megill's 0-2, a swing and a miss. 1 away in the 8th, and it'll bring up Ohtani. He's gone deep twice. Looking for number 3. And the crowd rises. Wanting to see Ohtani get a hat trick on the home runs tonight. The last one went completely out of the ballpark. Strike 1. Strike one pitch to Ohtani. That's outside. Counts now 1-1. One pitch. That hits the outside corner. It's 1-2. One-two pitch to Ohtani. He hits it to center. Did he go deep for the third time? Yes, he did. Ohtani hits it out. The 2 went to right field. This one goes to straightaway center. $5-0. My goodness gracious. I think he's out of his postseason slump. Mookie Betts takes strike one. Betts sends it into center. That's hit pretty well, but this is going to be caught on the warning track right in front of the fence in center field by Sal Frelick. Boy, Betts gave that one a pretty good ride. Batter's going to be Will Smith. Strike one to Will Smith. Oh, 1 is low. 1-1. Strike two. One-two pitch. Outside, 2-2. Looking ahead to the Brewers' 8th, it's going to be the bottom of the order. Durbin Monasterio, who is in for Perkins' spot, and Isaac Collins. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the Dodgers in the 7th. But the third Ohtani home run of the night has given the Dodgers some more insurance. We head to the 8th. 5-0 LA. Vesia will be done on the mound, and Blake Treinen will come in to pitch the 8th inning. Treinen out for the 7th time in the postseason. He's pitched 3 1/3 innings in his previous 6. He's given up 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 4. He does have a save in the postseason. And Caleb Durbin will be the leadoff hitter in the 8th inning for the Brewers, who are down to their final 6 outs of their season. In case you missed the other big sports news around the country, In college football, number 2 Miami upset at home tonight by Louisville, 24-21. So another top 10 team goes down in college football this year. And it looks like we're about to have our second top 25 team of the night go down as number 25 Nebraska is trailing Minnesota 21-6. Under 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So if these two games tonight for the ranked teams are any indication what this weekend of college football is going to be, oh boy. The Blake Traden coming on to pitch the 8th here for the Dodgers. Vesia only threw 7 pitches in the 7th inning and retiring the Brewers 1-2-3. Durbin to lead it off. He is 0 for 2. Brewers have had a couple scoring chances tonight. They got a runner to third earlier in the game and had runners at first and second, nobody out last inning in the top of the 7th. But an infield fly and a double play quickly ended that threat. Again, if the Dodgers hold on to win, there will be a 1-week break for them before the World Series begins next Friday. And they'll sit back and wait to see who they are going to play. Either the Mariners or the Blue Jays. That game 6 back in Toronto on Sunday night. This pitch is lined to left. That's a fair ball down the left field line for Durbin, and he will be in at second with a leadoff stand-up double in the 8th. Just the 3rd hit of the night for the Brewers. But Durbin aboard, and it will bring up Monasterio, who will get his first at bat of the game. Came in defensively in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch to Monasterio's outside, ball 1. Monasterio's getting his first at bat of the postseason. 1-0 pitch, that's way outside. It's 2-0. Monasterio hit .270 in the regular season. Anthony Banda starting to loosen in the Dodgers bullpen. 2-0 pitch, that's low. It's 3-0. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. And Durbin takes off, and Durbin is going to swipe third base without a throw. So Durbin gets himself to third. He got a heck of a jump. There was no chance to throw him out at third base. Smith didn't even bother to throw down there. That 3-0-1 misses for ball 4. So a double, a stolen base, and a walk to lead off the top of the 8th. We'll bring up Isaac Collins. Collins struck out his first time up. He came on as a pinch hitter. And now getting his second at bat of the game. Traden's pitch to Isaac Collins. Foul ball, strike one. Strike one pitch to Isaac Collins. That's hit foul. That'll reach the seats. It's 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Collins strikes out for the second time. And we're back to the top of the order in Brice Turang. Turang 0 for 2. He has reached on a walk. And that's going to do it for Treinen on the mound. Banda's coming in, fourth Dodger pitcher of the night. Banda coming on for the third time in the postseason. He's pitched 2 innings. He's walked 1 and he struck out 3 in his previous 2 postseason appearances of the season. Turang will be the batter once the warm-up tosses are completed for Banda. 5 runs, 8 hits for the Dodgers. They've left 4 on base. No runs, 3 hits for the Brewers. They've left 3 on base. Dodgers are on their 4th pitcher of the night. Brewers have used 3. Brewers have had chances again, but haven't helped themselves. They're 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. And they are 5 outs away from elimination from the playoffs. So here's Turang stepping in as Banda's completed his warm-up tosses. Banda looks in on Brice Turang. Brewers have runners at the corners with 1 out. Pitch to Banda outside, or pitch from Banda's outside, ball 1. Jackson Chourio on deck. That's hit on the ground to second. They go to second, 1 on to first. Not in time. And the Brewers are on the board as Frelick comes in to score on the fielder's choice. And the Dodgers are on the phone, see if they want to challenge that play at first base. And looking at it here on the replay, there's the out at second, throw to first. Nah, he's safe. Clearly safe. It's not even really close. No challenge. So the Dodgers lose the shutout, but they do still lead at 5-1, but they did get an out on the play, so the Dodgers will gladly take that trade. Ball 1 to Jackson Chourio. That run is charged to Treinen. It's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. That's ripped into left. That's going to be a base hit for Jackson Chourio. And now, all of a sudden, for the Brewers, they're going to bring the tying run on deck. The batter here is Christian Yelich. He has reached on a walk tonight. He's 0 for 2 officially. If Yelich can get on here, the Brewers will bring the tying run to the plate. Will Smith going out to have a word with Banda. Sasaki, who closed out last night's game in the 9th inning, is loosening. If the Brewers get one more run across, or if Yelich gets on, it would become a safe situation. Actually, it'd be a safe situation now because the tying run's on deck. So here we go. Yelich steps in. First and second, 2 outs for the Brewers in the 8th. A run in. Pitch to Yelich, foul ball, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch to Christian Yelich from Banda. Low. Nice stop back there by Will Smith. 1-1. One pitch from Banda to Yelich. That's a bouncer right back to the mound. Throw to first in time. The Brewers get 1, but strand 2. Bottom of the 8th we go. 5-1 LA. Be the middle third of the Dodgers order. Freeman, Edman, and Hernandez due up. Teoscar Hernandez in the bottom of the 8th inning. Dodgers need 3 more outs to punch their World Series ticket and raise another National League pennant. So on the live stream schedule for tomorrow, again, as I mentioned, I'm going to have an FCS matchup tomorrow night, a top 5 team in the FCS, Tarleton State, up against West Georgia. That is barring the Brewers do not make a ninth inning comeback, and there would be a Game 5 tomorrow in this series. If there's no Game 5, I will have West Virginia Tarleton State on the live stream tomorrow night. And tomorrow afternoon, I will be on with you either at noon Eastern for Georgia Tech and Duke, or I will wait and come on at 3:30. Gosh, there's a variety of games to pick from in the 3:30 window. It's going to be a surprise. How's that? I'm going to leave it a little tease. You have to tune in to find out what game it's going to be tomorrow. Here we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Koenig coming in to pitch for Milwaukee, 4th pitcher of the night for the Brewers. So both teams have now used 4 pitchers. Koenig coming on for the 6th time in the postseason. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings. He's given up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Freeman to lead it off in the bottom of the 8th. Koenig's first pitch. Foul, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a strike, and it's 0-2 on Freddie Freeman. Singled in 3 trips tonight. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. The Dodgers probably just want to get this bottom of the 8th inning over with and get to the 9th. Here's Tommy Edman. We're looking to the Brewers' 9th inning. It's going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Contreras, Vaughn, and Frelick. They will need at least 4. Edman pops this up. Foul ground out of play. 1-1. One pitch. That's ripped foul, and it's 1-2 now. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Koenig. 2 out in the 8th. And here's Teoscar Hernandez. Bases empty, 2 outs for the Dodgers. Bottom of the 8th. Pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. Ball 1. Teoscar Hernandez does have an RBI ground out back in the first, but that's been the only production for him tonight. And fouls this away, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. That's off the plate somewhere. 2-1. Two-one pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Two-two pitch. Bounce foul. Count stays 2-2. Two-two. That's through into right field for a base hit. Teoscar Hernandez with his first hit of the night. He's got a 2-out single here in the 8th. And it will bring up Max Muncy. Muncy hitless in 3 trips tonight. He's got a pinch runner here at first base. It's Justin Dean coming in to run for Teoscar Hernandez. Pitch to Muncy, outside, ball 1. Sasaki back in the ball. This would not be a save situation for him. Justin Dean takes off and will be safe with a stolen base. Man, he's fast. Holy cow. So Dean gets himself into scoring position with 2 outs. Two-0 misses low. It's 3-0. It's a 3-0 pitch. That's a 4-pitch walk. And it puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the batter for the Dodgers, Enrique Hernandez. Enrique Hernandez 0 for 3 tonight. And a meeting on the mound with the pitching coach before this at bat to Enrique Hernandez. Brewers do have Grant Anderson warming in the bullpen. So Enrique Hernandez stepping up with 2 on and 2 out. And the pitch to him. In the air, left center. And at the warning track, catch made to end the inning. Elsal Frelick with the catch. On we go to the 9th. Dodgers need 3 outs from Sasaki to send the Dodgers to the World Series. It's going to be, once again, Contreras, Vaughn, and Frelick. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Brewers in the ninth. 5-1 LA. So we haven't seen much from the Brewers offense all series. Do they have one offensive inning in them? So we will see what the Brewers can do as Sasaki comes in. Sasaki making his 7th appearance in the postseason. He has 3 saves already. This is not a save situation. He's just on to try to get 3 outs. He's pitched 7 innings, walked 2, struck out 6. Contreras leading off. He is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and he struck out his other 2 at-bats. Brewers finished as the best team in baseball this year, 97-65. But they are about to go home for the winter, barring a 9th inning 4-run rally. Sasaki is the Dodgers' 5th pitcher of the night. Brewers have used 4. Again, another reminder, Game 6 of the ALCS scene shifts back to Toronto. That will be Sunday night. The Mariners looking to punch their ticket to the World Series for the first time in franchise history. And here the Dodgers looking to get back there. First pitch, top of the 9th, strike 1. Justin Dean, who ran for Teoscar Hernandez, stays in the game to play center field. Pages, who was in center field, moves to right. To replace Teoscar Hernandez. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Downstairs, 1-2. Comes the 1-2. Up the middle, there's a base hit. There's a start for Milwaukee. Contreras with a leadoff single here in the 9th. And it will bring up Andrew Vaughn. Came in as a pinch hitter. Did not start this game, so this is just his 2nd at bat. Brewers need to get 2 more runners on to get the tying run to the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Vaughn lifts it in the air to right. That's going to be playable out there, and the catch made for out number 1. Pages makes the catch in right, and it'll bring up Sal Frelick. Frelick hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. Frelick hits it foul, strike 1. Frelick hits it to second. They go to second. They get the lead runner. That's going to be all they're going to be able to get. 2 down in the 9th. And it's up to Caleb Durbin to keep the game and the season alive for the Brewers. Durbin's 1 for 3 tonight. In the air to right. Back goes Pages. The Dodgers are headed back to the World Series for the 2nd year in a row. Sasaki closes it out. A 5-1 win for the Dodgers. They sweep out the Milwaukee Brewers in the NLCS. And the Dodgers will raise another National League pennant in Los Angeles. And will head back to the World Series as they try to win their back-to-back championships. Now the Dodgers will have a week off before the World Series gets underway next Friday. And they still have to see who they're going to play yet. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Dodgers. They left 6 on base tonight. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Brewers. They also left 6 on base tonight. Ohtani gets the win. Quintana the loss. And the Brewers season comes to a screeching halt as they are swept by the Dodgers in the NLCS. So the World Series will be the Dodgers and either the Mariners or the Blue Jays. Dodgers and Mariners actually played a 3-game series in the final series of the regular season. That was a 3-game sweep in that series for the Dodgers. But that doesn't mean anything now because Milwaukee won all 6 games with the Dodgers in the regular season. You see what that meant here. So it will be the Dodgers representing the National League as they will try to win their 2nd consecutive World Series championship and send out Clayton Kershaw into retirement on a high note. Going to wrap up the live stream here tonight. Again, I will be on now for 2 college football games tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon and then tomorrow evening as well. My name is John. If you're following Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube handle. If you do like my content, would really appreciate a like and subscribe. That would really help out and go a long way for me. Also on Kick at Sports Kick John. And I will talk to you again tomorrow afternoon for a college football live stream. 2 college football games tomorrow. And I will talk to you on the page then. Until then, good night. God bless. See you tomorrow.